If you're a business coach looking to grow, you don't want to miss tonight's show. It is definitely for you. Stay tuned.
Our goal is simple: to help you achieve the dream and vision you first had when you thought about starting a business. We're here to make growing your business less complicated. There are building blocks to build a sustainable business. We promise to seek them out and address them all. The Better Your Business Show starts now.
Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to the Better Your Business Show. I am Natalie, your host, and my co-host with the most, we have the business coach herself, Miss Shanna Mavis.
Hello.
Hello.
It's been a little bit. I was thinking about that. I was like, it's been 2 weeks. I don't know how to work anything anymore. I can't click the buttons, but we're here.
Yes, and I feel ya. I missed you.
I know. I'm excited. I wasn't here last week when you had Carlton on talking about the workshop that he did last Saturday, which was amazing.
Yes.
People got a lot of benefit out of that. And so, but I was super, I always say this, I'm super excited, but I really am about, the topic for tonight, bringing in Danny and Tom, bringing them back because they've both been on the show. Yeah. And just hearing how this program has shaped up and understanding a little bit more about it and how it'll benefit the business coaches of the world, because that's me.
Yes, exactly. Right. Seriously, I was thinking about it too, and just thinking about, well, my husband and I were having a conversation, and he had said to me, I hope that everything works out for you. And I got so offended. I turned around, looked at him, I go, what do you mean you hope everything works out? Like, we're in the middle of it. Things are working out. Like, we're in the middle. We're not hoping this is going, like we are going. Do you see how much this has grown? And so I was just thinking about, really, I just got introduced to Carlton and yourself. It's only been 2.5 years since we first met and started the show, which is mind-blowing to believe, to see how much we've created and accomplished. And, I was just feeling so grateful, because it's like, if I didn't have that relationship, I wouldn't be building the empire that I'm building right now. And part of it for me was I felt like I couldn't grow my business because I didn't want to keep trading time for money. I was tired. I didn't want to keep working more hours. That 50, 60 hours a week wasn't going to work for me anymore. And now, just because of that association, going to the course, everything that I'm learning, it's just made such a difference in my life. Like, I feel so much more freedom. I feel so much more peace. I'm so much more happier. I'm spending my days how I want. The other day you called me like, what have you been doing? I'm like playing with my dog all morning, right? And I just love it that I'm living my life on my terms. And I so want people to know that they can have that. So I'm super excited to have Danny and Tom on too.
Yeah. Should we
bring them in? It's a special edition, guys. So we're only going till 5:30. So yeah, let's bring them in so you guys can see them again. Tom and Danny, welcome back.
Hey, hi guys, how are you?
Awesome. We're glad you decided to come back again. We must have done
Carlton voluntold us for this.
Oh, Carlton. Okay, we'll blame it on Carlton. So Tom and Danny are both coaches that are part of the coaching program. They are the coaches. They are coaching the coaches. They both have very different, I shouldn't say very different, but they're bringing two different kind of dynamics to the table, which I really appreciate. It's that yin and that yang. So I know we kind of wanted to start up. What is the course? Starting there, what is the course exactly?
Well, let's start by what it's called, just to keep it simple, right? So what we're doing is we are creating certified business lifecycle strategists.
Right.
So we're taking people all the way through what the Pillar 5 methodology is to take businesses from the startup phase, the seed phase, into startup, all the way through to expansion and beyond, to infinity and beyond with the business. But inside the course, we're actually teaching coaches who are already in the field how to take small business owners through this step-by-step phase, because there's 200 and some odd building blocks, And I guarantee there is not a single coach in the industry that knows how to do all 200 of those right now. That's
Right.
why we built this course
Or
in
at
the
least
first place.
they don't do it well, right? You might know a little bit about every one of those things, but you're not going to be as skilled in each of those areas or have as in-depth of an understanding, because
Right.
the further along you get, you've got this team, that you've built with this business, and they're taking some of this load off. So yeah, I was telling Natalie, I was excited about the program, because for me, the Pillar 5 methodology, learning that first when I met Carlton, and really understanding the life cycles, that piece of it, understanding what each one of them represented, what my clients would be going through at that time. It changed and shaped the way that I do business. I've got a program that's developed as a result of just that piece. And then you bring in the piece that Danny brings in, the energy, leadership coaching, and then the piece that you bring in from the 960 method. It was just like that trifecta of understanding will make me a more effective coach.
Yes. And that's overall the entire point, right? If we're more effective, then as our muscle memory goes, all of a sudden we become more efficient.
Right.
So then you can go from having 3 clients to 30 clients, because now you know how to move them through a system.
Right.
And that just helps every coach maximize their income while helping all their small business clients maximize theirs as well. That way we flip the script.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that was sort of the genesis of the coaching program. Was Pillar 5 is such a dynamic tool for small business owners as well as coaches to use while working with small business owners. And the coaching program is an opportunity to just help to lay a foundation for the coaches to really have a strong grasp of the building blocks and how they can help their small business owners, but also how they can grow their own business. And like Tom said, handle significantly more clients without really needing a lot more time to do that. And then giving them support, having the ability to grow teams of other experts that might be able to help their clients in certain areas as they're moving along the stages. So it's a really dynamic program.
Yeah, I was when I looked at the outline and just saw, what's to come, and it was great because of how, when you're thinking about the life cycles, seed, startup, growth, expansion, maturity, it allows you to become, more of an expert in whatever your passion is. For me, it's seed stage, right? That's where those business owners that I've found in my community, or that have found me and invited me into their community, that's where my passion is. That's where they need the most grace, and being able to really dive into what that means, and then bring that element of the time management, bring that element of, just the energy. How do I show up? How do I balance what, the energy that they're coming at? Because there's anxiety, there's stress, there's all of these things. So how do I balance that? And it's really just understanding more of those principles that I now have access to as a result of having you as part of this team, having you bring that element into this program. Before, it was just Pillar 5, and really understanding the sustainability pillars and the life cycle stages. And now I get to look at it from 2 other, hey.
That was Tom's mic drop. He's like, yes, Shanna.
Oh, yes. Nice. Thank you, Tom. We'll go back. Okay, wait, let me do this so that we can go back and then edit that in.
Yeah. Ron mic drop.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I would love to learn a little bit more about each of those pieces. I know we're short on time tonight, but if you guys could each just give this brief summation of what else you bring to this program, so that business coaches out there understand.
Absolutely. I'm all over that. So the 960 method, in a brief, is at the core of everything. There's this little triangle, right? And the triangle is, if you master your time, self, and path, then you can master everything in your world. So the 960 method focuses in on the business owner specifically for the time piece, as well as the self and the path, because we want to bring the best business owner forward. The 960 element of it is if you sleep 8 hours a day, which I know most entrepreneurs don't, but if you do, you're left with 16 hours a day, 60 minutes each is 960 minutes, which I formulate into 960 opportunities to master your time self path. So inside the program, inside the coaching, inside the Pillar 5 platform, there's a program called 960 Momentum, which is really setting the stage for where the 960 takes somebody. It's the foundational piece of, you buy a coaching program and you're left at the end of it and saying, okay, great, now what? Well, the 960 Momentum program answers that ahead of time because you've got the awareness. So when things are coming in, you know exactly how to use it. You've got the discipline to put it all into place. You've got the focus to channel your energy into something. You then have the opportunity to build the habits to make everything happen on automatic, couple it all together with systems, throw in a little bit of vision, and all of a sudden you're inspired to go out and become something really amazing, right? And you get to write it down in a workbook. Rah, rah, rah. How's that?
I know it's an awesome workbook. I know that the greatness of Tom isn't the workbook. It's everything that Tom brings to the table with he's you're efficient, you're detailed. I mean, it is just like, when I went through that, I was like, man, it is so good. So I can just imagine what it's like coaching with you. I just expect that it's very efficient and effective, like your book is.
It's highly caffeinated.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right. And what about the energy leadership piece, Danny?
Sure. So when we talk about energy leadership, a lot of times when we hear the word leadership, we think of leading others. And the idea of energy leadership coaching is that we're always leading. We're leading ourselves. We have challenges. We have blocks that come up. We have good days and bad days. We have all these things. And the ability to recognize, okay, I'm at a place where there may be a challenge. So while you are, Shanna, you're coaching around the business, and I'm sure at times you're coaching the person on certain things when you realize that they have a block. And Tom coaches a lot with systems, and Natalie coaches regarding money. I'm coaching almost the essence of the person. It's we teach that there are 7 energy levels. There's catabolic energy and anabolic energy. And while they both serve a purpose, we want to spend as much time as we can in anabolic energy because that's where we're really getting a lot accomplished. And so when someone is spending time in catabolic energy, for example, they aren't getting something done in the business, or maybe they're not following one of the systems that they might have put together with Tom during coaching sessions. We realize, okay, there's a block here, and energy leadership coaching is the opportunity to explore the block with really deep work, talk about some things, do some exercises, and then put together a plan in order to work through that, whatever that block might be, and come out on that other side with that anabolic energy and that desire to really accomplish the goals that we put in place for ourselves.
That's very cool.
It is so great. I love it. For those of you that you don't know, my husband's a business coach, right? And so he's been coaching for over 20 years now, and he deals more on like what you're talking about, Danny. He deals with a lot of psychology, where are the blocks, stuff like that. I met him because I started coaching with him. And I'm a systems person, and I'm very efficient in that area by nature. But the reality is, with myself and a lot of the people that I were working with, even though we came from our jobs, then got into these opportunities to be entrepreneurs, we could run these systems. But if there wasn't someone teaching us to get out of our own way, nothing was changing. A lot of us, our incomes didn't even change. We come into this thing, we run our system, we're the same people, we're still making the same income. So that's the beauty. You have someone like Tom come in, and he's making your system even more efficient. Danny comes in, gets you out of your own way. And really, it's not a perfect process, but it's a way better process to get you there. And so I just love the dynamics, because I know you have to have both to be able to move forward. It's part of it. And a lot of times people are either just systems focused or just psychology focused or leadership focused. And then there's no, okay, well then what?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I'm really just excited
And
about
then
it.
what is 960 momentum?
960 momentum.
It literally answers the question.
So
I had
let's
to jump on that one.
let's talk a little bit about the why. You know, why this program was created. Why was the program created? Why should I, as a coach, and I can answer that, and I'm ready. Why, as a coach, should I go through this program, and how long is it going to take me? And really, what am I getting out of that? So I'm going to let you guys go, and then I'll share my thoughts.
All right, Danny, you want to speak to the why and the how long of the course itself? And then I can speak into a little bit deeper on a couple of the other elements.
Why wise? Sure.
Why wise, yeah.
I'll talk about the length of the course first. It's a 10 module course. We'll be releasing one module per month. You'll get the introductory module. You get it immediately upon registration. And then we release one module a month. It works, as I said earlier, in conjunction with the Pillar 5 application, which we can talk more in depth about it a bit of further time. But the Pillar 5 application really, in summation, is an application that really now allows you to guide a small business through over 200 building blocks, putting everything in order so that when you get to building block number 198, you don't find out there's 5 steps that you didn't do way at the beginning that you need to have done at 198. So putting the building blocks in the right order, and again, having this coaching program sitting up next to that and learning not only specifically about how to coach small businesses around Pillar 5, but also the energy coaching and those kind of things. So at the end of the 10 modules, you'll be a certified that's my other. You'll be a certified small business life cycle strategist and a Pillar 5 strategist. And the why is a lot of what I just said, the idea of having that really strong knowledge about Pillar 5 itself and how to walk your clients through Pillar 5 so that you can go from 3 clients to 30 without having to put a lot more time into your practice.
So, Danny, we have 2 questions on that. Do you have to be a coach to take this course? And if so, what kind of coaches should get involved, or can this benefit anybody?
Currently, the course that we have available is a small business coach, a strategist. We do ask that you are a small business coach to take this current course. And I will say that I believe that there are some people out there who haven't necessarily decided on a niche who are coaches who may be interested in something like this. And we would be happy to talk to anyone that's in that position that is thinking about, well, I might want to be a small business coach. We will certainly have a conversation with someone in that position.
Yeah, which I think makes sense because I'm not a coach, and these programs have changed my business is the reality of it, right? Just from what I pick up from the association of you guys. So I'm going to say probably most people can benefit from what they'll learn. That's my 2 cents.
Hey, 2 cents compounded together becomes a lot. Give me 2 cents every day, then I'll be happy with that. Okay, so I have a why to go with that. One of the questions that came up was, what kind of coaches should be a part of this program? All kinds, because this program enhances what they bring to the table and adds elements to it that they wouldn't have had before. So it opens up their ability to reach a broader audience and really go deeper into the business. Ultimately, the goal is to, as I mentioned before, flip the script on the failure of businesses in the United States. That's our initial target, because that number is a ridiculously high amount. So before I go to that, let's start at The average small business in the United States does not generate $250,000 a year in revenue. So 84% of those small business classified businesses don't ever make it to $250,000 a year. With that, the small business owner themselves, on average across the US, this doesn't apply to Orange County, but across the US, is only earning $62,000 a year. The average business coach is earning $84,000 a year on average. So coupling together certified coaches then in the life cycle stages with small businesses who need to go through the life cycle stages, all ships rise in the tide, everybody's income improves. That ends up affecting the microeconomies of the business, the neighboring areas around the business, not to mention the business owner's family. So there's a ton of reasons why. But the number one reason coaches should be in this program is because you're going to learn how to coach bigger. You're going to learn how to coach better, and you're going to be more consistent and show up better daily, not just for your clients, but for yourself as well. That's my 2 cents.
That was a mic drop, Tom.
Oh,
I don't know. Anybody want to show up bigger and better?
I hope so.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
What else you got for us? Come on, give me another question.
Okay, well, first, before I give you another question, I'm going to give my thoughts on the why, because as a business coach, working with clients, there's a lot of do as I say, not as I do. We are some of the worst offenders of everything. And it really was going through Pillar 5 the first time and having that peek behind the scenes that helped me structure an entire program that strategically walks clients through building a sustainable business. It's really understanding from the onset, validating the idea and going through all of those steps, because like you said, Danny, don't get to the end and realize that you've missed something all the way back at the beginning. And this opened my eyes to how I could better help the clients that, I was walking into. I knew enough to be dangerous before that. I was one of those that knew a lot, probably 150 of the steps I knew something about, right? and so it's just like I knew enough that people were coming to me, but when I saw really what goes into it and how step by step you can take that process, it really opened my eyes to the strategy part, which I love that that's in the name. You become a strategist. It's not just a coach. You really do understand how to build a business from the ground up. And then to bring those other elements in where, Tom and Danny, you're talking about breaking down those barriers, having an understanding of why this is blocking my clients, what's really going on, helping them and myself, Tom, because you and I have had conversations and I've been guilty about, I'm just like, I don't want to get up that early. I'm not looking at those things as opportunities. I'm looking at those as missed sleep, and it really is, how do I change the way that I'm looking at things to show up in a better way for my clients? So having now these other elements coming into this system, and like Danny, you said that, you've got the Pillar 5 application. And for me, that's accountability at its finest for my clients, for myself. It gives me that at a glance, I know that you're on track. I know what's coming up next so that I can be better prepared to help you. So looking at that and learning how it all works together is why I feel like every coach, everyone that wants to work with someone in business, and if you're a coach out there, really consider this avenue of becoming a small business coach, because people rely on you anyway. They see what you're doing in your own business, and so they start asking you questions. So get that understanding behind you to better serve people. It just offers one more area that you can support those people in your community.
Absolutely. Yes. And with enough accountability, guess what you also gain? Credibility.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. I love it. All right. We got 5 minutes to wrap up. So anything that you guys want to end with, I know we have the link for how to sign up going on the bottom of the screen. I've also dropped it in the chat for you guys, so you can sign up there. Takes you like 3 minutes to sign up. It was super easy, so you can go over there and do that. Anything that you guys want to end with, Tom or Danny?
Yes. As you've heard us talking, all you coaches out there, you're probably sitting there thinking, oh my God, this program sounds like it's going to be massively expensive. And you're wrong. It's actually not. It's very affordable, but it's got a value upside that's through the roof. We've looked at the numbers from every single angle, and the ROI on this course is insane. So if before you set your parameters around, no, I can't afford it versus yes, I can, go to the link, come to the workshop that we're doing. What is it, next week? Yeah. And at least walk away with that value, because that value that you get at the workshop alone is going to set you up for success anyway. After that, take a look at the offer, because there is a ridiculous offer that comes after attending the workshop. Take a look at that. And if it fits in your budget, or if it doesn't, the ROI is less than a month and a half. So anybody who's in money would tell you that that's an investment worth making.
Yeah, so to answer Tehran's question, the workshop is August 10th. The next workshop coming up is Thursday, August 10th. Is it at noon Eastern, Danny?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday, August 10th, noon Eastern. Be there. You can sign up using the link at the bottom of the screen that's scrolling past. It's going to be amazing. That the program is going to serve so many business coaches and so many businesses. Yes. Right. So I love that. Going through the workshop, you get an understanding of how to attract more of those clients to you. How do you get more of these clients? We're talking about going from 3 to 30. Well, how do you find those, or how do they find you? So it's really attracting those clients. That's what the workshop is about. And then staying to the end of the workshop, Tom, is where they see this offer that you're talking about.
That's correct. You got to stay all the way to the end.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Bring your lunch, bring a pen, bring the workbook that you're going to print out, and get through the whole workshop. Because not only are you going to learn to attract, but you're also going to learn how to manage those 30 clients. So there's a lot more to it than just getting them. You need to be able to service them as well.
And Danny, there was one thing, I know we've only got like 2 minutes, but there was one thing that you mentioned that I wanted to touch on. You said it's a 10 module program. You're releasing one every month. And what I thought about, people don't realize what goes into that, or why, the why behind that's what seems like a slow release. But I know that there was so much thought put into making sure that the concepts and topics that were covered during that month period, there are several lessons within each module that's released. So talk about that for just this quick minute, so we'll know a little bit more.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we decided to sort of stretch this out is the fact that it is riding up against the Pillar 5 platform. And so we want to make sure that the people who are attending the course have the opportunity to work on their own business through the building blocks as we're going through the course, and giving them the opportunity to take the next steps so that we can answer questions. One of the other things is the idea of having the opportunity to build community, build networks, bring other strategists onto a team together so that you can, as you said, there's different stages where one person may specialize. There are different pillars where someone may specialize. And so this opportunity to have some time to get to know the people in the cohorts, to work on, again, your own business, and have that chance to do. There's going to be some doing happening. And we want to give people the opportunity to be running their own businesses and their own lives, and still have the time to do the exercises that we're asking them to do throughout the course.
That's awesome. And when she says run your own business, recognize businesses make money. So it's not like you're waiting until all 10 modules are out. You're increasing, you're strengthening your business. You're able to go through that same process that you really need to if you're trying to grow to a certain level and become more sustainable. And even if that growth just means I want to go from 3 to 30 clients, managing those and being able to understand how to build that foundation, you get the time to do that. And all of these additional resources, not only those within the application, but the resources that you have with the community, with these coaches that are on the screen with us, all of that is amazing. And you get that entire time to work through it at your own pace and reach out when you have questions and get those answers and just make yourself a more efficient and effective, member of your client's team.
That's right. Awesome. Perfect. All right, you guys. So the next workshop, Thursday, August 10th. The link is there. It's in the chat. Go sign up to take it. Hey, we're going to end with this constantly. I get asked every day, Natalie, you're in finance. Tell me, I want to know what's the best investment. What's the best investment? Let me tell you, the best investment is the one you're making yourself. Boom, ba-da-doom. All right, everybody, let's get it. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the workshop on the 10th. We love you guys. See you soon.
Our goal is simple: to help you achieve the dream and vision you first had when you thought about starting a business. We're here to make growing your business less complicated. There are building blocks to build a sustainable business. We promise to seek them out and address them all. The Better Your Business Show starts now.